And it's my pleasure now to introduce the inaugural recipient of the She Inspires Award, Emily Millar. Welcome and congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Gabriel.
Oh, well, it's great to have you here. It's great to finally meet you because we were talking off camera. Heard a lot about you and the work that you've been doing for mental health and wellness in our communities. And very fitting that you are that inaugural She Inspires Award winner.
Thank you.
But first of all, for our viewers who aren't as familiar, tell us a little bit about who is Emily, first of all.
Oh, thank you. Well, yeah, my name is Emily Millar, and I work as a registered psychotherapist with kids and teens. I have an office space in Ottawa. I also see clients in SDNG in the Cornwall area. And I love to support kids, teens, and their families, and I love to use a kind of a creative approach to approaching mental health and well-being.
Oh, well, that's fantastic, and certainly it's such an important area, and creativity always helps in dealing with some very complex and sometimes very deep-rooted issues. So as I have alluded to, in honor of International Women's Day, the Chamber of Commerce did give out the inaugural She Inspires Award, and that was you.
Yeah.
Talk to me, first of all, were you surprised when your name was announced?
I was. Honestly, okay, I had a little birdie tell me that it was a possibility, so I went to the event feeling super excited and happy and curious. But yes, whenever my name was called, there was an element of surprise, and it felt kind of surreal, and yeah, it felt great.
All right, take us through that moment. So you hear your name called, you walk up to the stage to thunderous applause, I'm sure, and of course, knowing, oh, now I got to speak in front of these people, and so what was going on in your head at that point?
Yeah. Well, as you said, it was a Women's Day event, so I knew I'm speaking to a group of women. I'm in front of a group of women. I'm going to speak to them about the work that I do, but also acknowledging and hoping that they might feel seen. So I spoke to the fact that in my work with kids, I see the need for them to be in relationship. That's how children heal, is in relationship, and feeling that sense of bond and feeling seen for just who they are. And that's what I find we as women, where we have our greatest strength, is to be the emotional anchors, is to co-regulate and to sit with them. So I feel like we are the voice for like our next generation. So I kind of just spoke to that in my speech and hoping that women feel seen in their strength.
I'm sure it was all a bit overwhelming.
Yes, it was overwhelming. It was overwhelming in the moment, but it felt wonderful. Yeah.
And so talk to me a little bit about what it means to be the inaugural winner as well. So this isn't just, obviously it's an honor in itself to receive the award, but you're the first ever, and that comes with a little bit of distinction.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, certainly from a personal, professional sense, it felt wonderful to be the first person, but I also see it being like the wave of being at the start of a wave of women that will come, that inspire, that work tirelessly in their field. So that felt wonderful, and I see it for myself as motivation to keep going, to keep doing the hard work and to push my own limits and hopefully continue to inspire.
Absolutely, and when you talk about that, I mean, it was not, simply a case of, there was a lot of competition, and obviously, your story, and I think people as they hear it will know why it really stood out, to the nominating committee this year. But there was a lot of deserving nominees. But as well as you mentioned, you received this award in front of your peers, in front of a group of women. You got to speak to a group of women. It was in honor of International Women's Day, and that all ties in very perfectly to it. So talk to me about that and what that means to you in terms of women's empowerment and like you said, inspiring women to inspire others.
Yes, okay, that pulls at the heart there, because it makes me think about my young nieces as well as the young girls that I work with in the therapy space. And I hope that if they see me kind of stepping into my authenticity and being true to myself, and with that comes creating change for others in the world. I hope that inspires them to do the same, or at least to show up and be themselves authentically and fully.
Absolutely. So as I alluded to,
Yeah.
your story of developing the mood kits is a big part of the nomination and why you're the inaugural recipient. So let's talk a little bit about that. And first of all, what is a mood kit if someone hasn't heard of it?
Yeah, sure. So Mood Kit in short, if I'm going to keep it short, Mood Kit is a collection of tools to support one in checking in with how they're feeling and taking care of themselves, taking care of their mental health, their well-being. Yeah.
All right. So how did that idea all come about for you?
It came about over the pandemic, believe it or not. At that time, working in the mental health space, working as a therapist, there was waitlist upon waitlist, as you can imagine, in need of support for our children's mental health. And I knew that I wanted to support more people, but I was at my max capacity in the therapy space. And so I chose to move to a creative space, and that's how Mood Kit was born. I used my creativity and came up with this idea. And at that time, the Mood Kit was a physical box. It was a self-care box created for youth aged 12 to 21. And it included like a journal. There was a dozen items in it: a journal, a stress ball, even some like bath bombs. And it was all to encourage youth to take action to care for themselves. Now things have shifted a little bit since then, but at the heart of the Mood Kit, it still remains. It encourages kids and teens to check in with themselves and take action towards their mental health.
Oh, fantastic! And I have to ask, obviously, you talk about with your practice working with youth. Obviously, this was developed with youth in mind. Talk to me about that sort of passion that you have for helping that younger generation.
Yeah, I just see. I think back to myself, and whenever I was younger, I was a child with lots of big emotions. So it really comes from my heart. Something that I see. If I think back to myself, I could have used these kind of tools, and I really want to empower parents to offer that, because we have these tools available to us now. We have, there's still a long way to go, but things are different from past generations, right? Like our parents, our grandparents didn't have access to some of the language and tools and services that we have available now. So
absolutely, and of course, it's never too late to put a focus on mental health and find those tools and those strategies that can help improve life. Yeah. But talk to me about how important it is to teach those and instill those at that young age to help these youth have them for their whole lives.
Well, that's it. Like, if we can intervene sooner, the better. If we can empower them now to get off the screens and instead check in with how we're feeling now. And that goes for adults too. Never too late. We can learn to do that too. Check in with ourselves and meet ourselves where we're at and ask for support as we need. We can move forward and feel, because we all have mental health, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And certainly our friends at the Glengarry Mental Health Initiative, I know they've incorporated Mood Kits into their work. They're in school. So talk to me about the reception and the feedback that you've received. Obviously, it's led to awards as well. But apart from that,
Yes.
Talk to me about the feedback that you've received for these Mood Kits.
Yes, thank you. I do need to give a shout out to Glengarry Mental Health Initiative, because that was like the height of the physical kit, that youth kit, that self-care box. They purchased a number of them, and they were introduced into high schools all across SDNG and Cornwall. So that was really wonderful. And with that, the feedback we received was just what a wonderful tool it was to help certainly open conversations between parent and child, student and educator. And again, that's what we need to be doing to break the stigma around mental health. We need to talk about it. That's why we're here too, right? We got to talk about it. So that's been the feedback. It's been really, really wonderful so far. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. And it certainly led you to a new project that you're working on, expanding all of this work. So talk to me about your next steps and what you're working on now.
Ooh, yes, thank you. I'm really excited about that. So we've moved away from the physical kit. Those are no longer in production, but more of we're offering some digital products. And the next launch is coming on April 14th, and it's a new Mood Kit tool, and it's called Pause and Play, and it's for children aged 5 to 12 and their parents. And essentially, it's going to support emotion regulation and reinforcing that connection between parent and child. And how it works is you first pause and you're following a guided video. And then you move into the play portion, in which you're invited to engage in a playful activity to support that connection. And I think it's going to be really helpful for stress and anxiety management, which is a big concern right now in mental health, as well as emotion regulation, building resilience, all these wonderful things. So I'm excited to launch. It's coming really soon.
Absolutely. So just if people do want to learn more about this or anything else that you work on, how can they find out more?
Yeah, so I'm pretty active on Instagram. You can find me at Emily Millar Therapy, but also my website has all of the information. So emily-miller.com.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Again, congratulations on the She Inspires Award, and certainly I know that you've inspired our viewers today. So thank you so much,
Thank you.
and best of luck, and I'm sure we'll see you again.
Thank you.